Changing the fan belt is really not that hard. You just have to watch what you're doing and replace it the same way. This piece here is called a tensioner. This is how you release the tension on the fan belt so you can take it off the car. Before you do anything, you want to look around and see if there's a picture of how the fan belt routes itself back onto the car. If you don't see a schematic, then you want to either print it off a computer so you have the schematic of how the belt goes, or if you don't have a schematic, before you take it apart, just take a look down inside here, take a look at where what items you have on there, and I'll show you how to draw it out. Fairly simple. Yeah, so if you don't have it, just draw it out on a piece of paper. You don't have to be any elaborate whatever, as long as you understand it. Just mark off where your crankshaft would be, your alternator, your tensioner, your water pump, and then just draw the routing of the belt. Because once you take this belt off, you're going to be a little bit confused on how to put it back on without the schematic. So let me show you how it goes. Just get into a little ratchet, and basically just take the ratchet, put it onto the tensioner, and just release the tension on the tensioner. Fairly simple. You just pull up on it. It gives you a little bit of tension. You pull your fan belt off of one item and just slowly release your tensioner back down to the resting position. Take your ratchet off, and then you just remove your fan belt off the car. It's pretty simple. Sorry about the light moving. That's it. Fairly simple. Once you've got it off the car, we're just going to reroute the other one and we'll put it back on, so I'll show you that step in a moment. Okay, once you got your replacement belt, you're going to lay it back in there according to your schematic of how the belt goes on there, and then the last piece we're going to put on is going to be the tensioner right up on top here. So let me show you how that's done. One problem you're going to run into is not a problem, but it's a little bit of an inconvenience, is the fan belt itself. When you get it, they're usually all jumbled up, so it's a little bit difficult. It winds up going in the wrong direction from the way you want it. So let me show you how to get it in there, and I'll show you how it goes. First thing you want to do before you put the belt back on, always make sure that the belt that the parts store gave you is the correct one. A lot of times they'll give you the wrong belt, so always make sure yourself it's the right one instead of trying to put it on and you find out it don't fit. Just match the one belt against the other, and as you can see, this is the correct belt. Alright, first thing you're going to do is you're going to lay your belt in there. You're going to get it onto the lowest part of the pulley, or the lowest pulley that you can get onto, which is the crankshaft. So you'll lay the belt in there and put it onto that pulley. once you've got your belt laid in there, you put everything back down the way it's supposed to be. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to pry that tensioner down so we can slide the belt up onto the top of it. So let me do that, and I'll show you how that goes. Get your socket onto the pulley. Give it a little bit of a pull to release the once you have it in position where it's back on, always make sure that your belt is in the groove exactly as it belongs. Down on the power steering pump, you'll see it's in the groove correctly there. It's around the water pump. Look down at the air conditioner. Make sure that it's on in the air conditioner. And the lower crankshaft is correct. Now let me show you a problem that sometimes you'll see. I put this on just to give you an example of how this happens sometimes. You see on the lower pulley down here, you think your fan belt is on correctly, but as you can see, it's slightly off the groove. And you'll see that a lot of times where people put a belt on and it chews the belt up relatively quickly. So basically what you're going to do is just put your ratchet back on to your pulley, give it a slight pull, and just slide your belt right into the groove where it belongs. See? And as you can see, it's exactly where it belongs. So before you start it, always make sure your pulley and your belts line up exactly as they're supposed to. That's it. Fairly simple if you follow these steps and just take your time. Again, if you don't see a schematic underneath the hood any place, a lot of times you'll see it up on the hood here, you'll see it on the radiator support or somewhere on the strut tower. You don't see it, just draw a little schematic out. It doesn't have to be elaborate, anything, just so you know where that belt goes back onto. Alright, good luck, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Okay, once you have your fan belt on and everything looks good, you're going to go inside the car, start it up for just a moment, let it run, and shut it off. And we're going to check it one more time just to make sure that everything is correct. Turn it up. And then just to confirm that your belt is exactly as it belongs, just take a look at the pulleys and make sure everything lines up correctly. And that's it. All right, good luck.